Hi, Dyke from Groovy Entertainment. Today we have a book on tape to play for you. Today, book could color me happy when I know my ABCs from 1984. So let's get started.
This is the story side of the tape. If you want to hear the story, let the tape play and it will begin in just a moment. If you want to begin the activity side, fast forward your tape to the end and turn it over. Welcome to Color Me Happy Land.
Color me happy all day through. When I can learn new things with you. Let's hunt for missing ABCs, then follow a magic circle with me. We'll make new friends from 1 to 10 and glue a rainbow together again. Color me happy in Color Me Happy Land.
This story is called Color Me Happy When I Know My ABCs. Please join a little girl named Happy and a little boy named Artie as they search for the letters of the alphabet. When you hear Artie spill his soup like this, it's time to turn the page. Now, let's begin our story. Happy slid down the rainbow slide into Color Me Happy Land. She saw Artie crying and asked,
Why are you crying? I spilled my alphabet soup, and all the letters floated away.
answered Artie. Happy thought for a moment and said,
Don't worry, Artie. I'll help you find them. What do the letters in your alphabet soup look like?
asked Happy. Artie pointed to the letters and said,
They look like this.
then he sang the alphabet song.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Artie, maybe the boys and girls reading this book can help us look for your letters.
Said Happy. Then she smiled, saying,
Look, there's the big A by the tents. And the little A is about to be eaten by this alligator.
said Artie. Then he took the A and put it back in his soup bowl. Happy lifted some branches and said,
Bees are often hiding behind bushes. Or in a boat with bears while baby bunnies eat their breakfast.
said Artie. He picked a bee from the bushes and put it in his soup bowl.
Letter C's are clowning around in the clouds with cardinals.
Said Happy. A C fell from the clouds right into Artie's soup bowl.
That dump truck is dropping down little D's.
Said Happy. Meanwhile, a little elephant is eating an eggplant.
I see my D and E.
Shouted Artie. Then he put both letters into his bowl of soup.
Felicity Frog fights fires as a volunteer fire frog. That's a lot of F's.
Said Happy as she watched Felicity Frog fixing the fire hose.
Look at the fence made of F's.
Cried Artie as he returned one to his soup.
Gifford Goat gobbled your G's.
Said Happy with a giggle.
So that's where they went. I hope they tasted good.
Artie replied. Happy thought for a moment and said,
We'll have to go to the store for a new G.
So they did. Then there was a G in Artie's soup. Happy hurried past Artie's house on her little H horse.
My H went home all by itself and hopped back into the soup,
Said Artie happily. They celebrated with 2 incredible ice cream cones and were careful to take the letter I for their soup. Jokes and jelly beans keep Kevin kicking joyfully. Kevin showed Artie and Happy how to dance the letter K. He then dropped a J and a K into Artie's soup bowl.
Loretta Llama likes lavender leggings. She also loves to be hugged.
Said Happy. Artie hugged Loretta's soft, warm wool. A little lark brought an L for Artie's soup. Malvina Monster moved into the mountain cave. Nancy Nightingale sang her a song of welcome.
There are M and N.
Said Happy.
Never mind.
Said Artie nervously as he hid behind the mountain. Oliver Oatmeal painted pictures of peas with purple poster paint. Happy and Artie offered to help.
Outstanding job,
Said Oliver Oatmeal as he provided Artie with an O and a P for the soup.
Please don't crumble crackers on the quilt.
Quacked Quiggly Duck to the Queen. The Queen looked at him and asked,
Don't you mean don't crumble crackers?
Quite right.
replied Quiggly. The Queen and Quiggly donated a Q for Artie's soup. Racing rabbits rapidly ran past Happy and Artie.
Sometimes it feels really good to run.
Said Happy. Then Artie shouted.
Look, the winning rabbit is wearing my R.
The rabbit returned the R, and Artie put it back into his soup. Artie and Happy saw a shivering snowman in a silly hat. Then Quiggly quacked at Squiggly Snake as she skated. Said the snake. Artie thought for a moment and said,
There are a lot of S's in hiss. I'll just take one for my soup.
Happy took her tea to the tea table under a tea tree. Artie climbed up the tree and said,
I have just captured a T for my alphabet soup.
Artie found his Uncle Umbert underwater washing his ugly tie.
I'm trying to get these unsightly little stars off.
Said Uncle Umbert. Artie fished out a U and put it in his soup. Happy bought Artie a V from Vincent's V-Van. He thanked her and said,
Now there are only 4 more letters to go, and my soup bowl will be full. Washing windows with water is fun.
Said Happy. Quiggly was not helping. Artie was not helping either. He was finding a W in the window pane to put in his soup.
Dr. Ox is an excellent X-ray expert.
Cried Happy.
X-rays take pictures of the inside of me.
Explained Artie. There, inside Artie, was his X. He had already eaten it. The yelling yaks are yearning for yellow jelly.
A yak looks like a funny funny cow with long hair.
offered Happy. Then Artie said,
I'll trade you this yellow jelly for one of your Ys, Mr. Yak.
Artie then popped the Y into his soup. Zenobia's zebra is zooming from the zoo. Happy and Artie waved to her as she zipped by. The Z on this page was so big that Artie had to cut it up to fit it into the soup bowl. Happy and Artie dumped all the letters they had gathered into a great big pot of alphabet soup.
Now we'll eat our ABCs and grow up smart as we can be.
They sang just before lunch. As they tasted the delicious soup, Artie turned to Happy and said,
Color me happy when I know all the letters in my alphabet soup. Artie spilled his bowl of soup, and the letters flowed away. Then I came to offer my help. We searched for letters all through the day. Alligator gave us an A, and Gifford ate our only G. Kevin danced the letter K, and Artie had to cut up the Z. One by one we found each letter. It was fun to do together. In the end we had a bunch of letters in our soup for lunch. Alligator gave us an A, and Gifford ate our only G. Kevin danced the letter K, and Artie had to cut up the Z. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V. W, X, Y, and Z. Alligator gave us an A, and Gifford ate our only G. Kevin danced the letter K, and Artie had to cut up the Z. Color me happy all day through when you know each letter too.
Now, if you'd like to do the activities, fast forward the tape to the end and turn it over. This is the activity side of the tape. If you'd like to do the activities, let the tape play and they will begin in just a moment. If you'd like to hear the story first, then fast forward your tape to the end and turn it over. Welcome to Color Me Happy Land. These are the activities for the story, Color Me Happy When I Know My ABCs. Along with your book and tape, there is a box of crayons and a sheet filled with colorful stickers. If you keep listening, I'll describe some activities for you to do on each page of your book. Along with the activity, you can color each page however you'd like. To help you know which page you should be on, I'll give you the page number and picture before each activity. The sheet of stickers has all the pictures for you to match with the pictures in the bottom corners of each of the pages. You can stick them on anytime. Does this sound easy? Well, I'm sure you'll have lots of fun once we've started. Remember this important clue. When you hear this sound, turn the tape off so you can do the activity. When you've finished that page, remember to turn the tape on again. Are you ready now? Okay, let's begin the activities. Open your book to the page which has a number 1 next to a flower in the bottom corner. Artie is crying because he spilled his alphabet soup. Please draw a colorful rainbow and some flowers to cheer him up. Now remember, turn the tape off before you begin when you hear this sound. Good, you remembered to start the tape again. This is page 2. Happy and Artie are standing at the bottom next to the number 2. This page is filled with the letters of the alphabet. Please color them in But first, Artie will sing you the alphabet song. Can you sing with him?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Do you remember what to do when you hear this sound? Make sure your book is opened to page 3. An alligator is at the bottom next to the number 3. Please make a big A and a little a by connecting the dots. Then, try to find another big A which is hiding by the tents and draw a line under it. This is page 4. It has a rabbit at the bottom next to the number 4. Please trace the dots to make a big B and a little b. Then, see if you can find another big B hiding in the bushes and circle it. Here comes that sound again. Be sure you are on page 5 in your book. At the bottom of the page, a bird is next to the number 5. Try to make a big C and a little c by tracing along the dotted lines. Then, see if you can find 4 C's hiding in the clouds. Then, color each one a different color and add another cloud in the sky. This is page 6. An elephant in a dump truck is at the bottom next to the number 6. Please make a big D and a little d, and then a big E and a little e by tracing along the dotted lines. Do you see the big D and the big E in the dump truck? Please decorate them with stripes and polka dots. Make sure your book is opened to page 7. Felicity the fire frog is at the bottom next to the number 7. Please trace along the dotted lines to make a big F and a little f. Then, see if you can find 3 more F's in this picture and circle them. The little F fence doesn't count. Here's a clue. Notice the fire hats and the faucet. This is page 8. It has a goose at the bottom next to the number 8. Please trace the big G and the little g by connecting the dotted lines. Artie has found his missing letter G. Please make one for him inside of his soup bowl. Did you notice the big G on the goat? Please draw a hat on top of his head. Be sure you are on page 9. It has a horse eating an ice cream cone at the bottom next to the number 9. Please trace the dotted lines to make a big H and a little h. Then, trace the big I and the little I. A big H is at home under the roof, and little I is next door. If you color them both the same color, you will make the friendly word hi. Do you see the big I in the ice cream sign and the little H horse galloping by? Could you circle them, please? This is page 10. It has a cat at the bottom next to the number 10. Please trace the dots to make a big J and a little j, as well as a big K and a little k. Can you find and color in the animal whose tail is shaped like the letter J? Then, trace the dotted lines to finish Kevin dancing the letter K. Make sure your book is opened to page 11. It has a lion and an L at the bottom next to the number 11. Please trace the dotted lines to make a big L and a little l. Then, see if you can find 4 L's hiding on this page. Happy has found them. Can you? If you do, color them in lightly by pressing very softly with your purple crayon to make lavender leggings. This is page 12. It has Malvina Monster at the bottom next to the number 12. On this page are the letters M and N. Be careful to notice the difference as you trace the dots. Big and little m are on the top, while big and little n are below them. Can you find the M on Malvina Monster's head and the N on Nancy Nightingale's beak? Please draw a flower on them. Be sure you are on page 13. It has Happy at the bottom next to the number 13. Please connect the dots to make a big O and a little o, and then a big P and a little p. Then, draw some oranges on Oliver Oatmeal's smock. His feet are a little cold. Could you cover them with some polka-dotted socks? This is page 14. It has a quail at the bottom next to the number 14. Please make a big Q and a little q by connecting the dotted lines. Then, very lightly color each square on the bed quilt which has a letter Q. Also, please make a letter Q in Artie's soup bowl. Make sure your book is open to page 15. It has a running shoe at the bottom next to the number 15. Please connect the dots to make a big R and a little r. Then, draw some running shoes on Quiggly Duck. Can you circle the rabbit who is wearing the letter R? This is page 16. There is a number 16 at the bottom next to Squiggly Snake ice skating. Please trace the big letter S and the little letter S by connecting the dots with your crayon. The snowman is cold. Please draw a funny warm hat for his head. At the bottom of the picture, trace another letter S to finish a very cold word, snow. Be sure you are on page 17. There is a turtle at the bottom next to the number 17. Please trace the dots to make a big letter T and a little t. Then, trace the dots under Happy's cupcakes to make a tea table. Artie is climbing a letter T tree. Please make some more T's hanging from the branches. This is page 18. It has an umbrella at the bottom next to the number 18. Please trace a big U and a little u by connecting the dots. Then decorate the giant U which Uncle Umbert is using for a swimming pool. Also, please make a letter U in Artie's hand for his alphabet soup. But be careful not to splash any water. Make sure your book is open to page 19. There is a van at the bottom next to the number 19. Please trace both the big and little letter V's by connecting the dots with your crayon. Then circle all the V's you can find in this picture. Do you notice the V shape made by the birds in the sky? Have you ever seen birds fly this way in the spring or fall? This is page 20. Quigley Duck is in a bucket of water at the bottom next to the number 20. Please connect the dots to make a big W and a little w. Can you find two W's in the window panes and color them different colors? Then make a W in Artie's hand for his alphabet soup. Be sure you are on page 21. There is an X-ray machine at the bottom next to the number 21. Please connect the dots to make a big X and a little x. The X-ray machine is taking a picture of the inside of Artie. Can you find the X in Artie and circle it? Then draw a nice warm heart inside of Artie too. This is page 22. A yak is at the bottom next to the number 22. Please connect the dots to make a big letter Y and a little y. Then draw another big Y over the yak that is standing in a Y shape. Make sure your book is open to page 23. A sleeping cat is at the bottom next to the number 23. Once again, please connect the dots at the top of this page to make a big letter Z and a little z. There is another big Z hiding on this page. Can you find it and color it in? Later, Artie will need some scissors. Please draw a pair of scissors in his hand. Here we are at the last page of the book. Happy and Artie are ready to eat their alphabet soup. Make as many letters of the alphabet as you can inside the soup bowl. You can even make your own name with the letters. Color me happy when I know all the letters of my alphabet soup. Now don't forget that you can go back and color all the pages however you'd like. Have you matched the stickers with the pictures in the bottom corner of each page? Now, turn the tape over if you'd like to hear the story.
So that was Color Me Happy When I Know My ABCs from 1984. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment, have a groovy day. And our next book will be...